Hello, my name is Anna Allen, and this is my vlog, All of Us. All of Us. Bling. It's good to see everyone today. I just want to start with a little recap of what's been happening since last week. I'm sorry I didn't post this video on Tuesday like I said I was going to, but I think maybe I need to not, work so hard to get everything finished on Tuesday. So I'll say on weekdays I will post new videos and try to give you an estimate of what days are gonna be video days. So my job today, I wrote that I will provide details on my current and past meds, their duty, their side effects, what I didn't like about them, what I liked about them, and I will share some memories and experiences. With me today, I have your favorite doctor that's not a medical doctor, Dr. Grant Kean. Say hi, Grant! Yay! He's our favorite. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to someone. This is to my bestie, Nana. Hi, Nana! I know you're watching out there. Just wanted to say hi. Okay, bye. Yeah, so let's get started about medications today. Isn't this fun? I'm on a lot of medications. I've been on a lot of medications for a long time. There are good parts and there are really, really bad parts. So, yeah. I guess I'll just start with the list of the meds I take. I take lithium, I take trospium, Lamictal, benztropine, Latuda, Abilify, B12, 2 pages, CBD, L-cysteine, Invega, Klonopin, and Zoloft. And I'm probably forgetting one or two of them just because there's so much. And I wanted to pick out a few to talk about that were either like something that I've been on a long time or something that is a standout, meaning it's doing its job really successfully. So the first one I want to start with is lithium. I feel like that was my first psych med ever, and I'm still on it. I feel like that it must be working. So tell us a little bit about lithium, Dr. Grant.
Well, that was your first psych med and was prescribed after, I believe, your first manic episode. And at least the first one that took you to the hospital. And you said that you had noticed an immediate effect when you started it. So you've been on it ever since. And we periodically monitor, check your lithium levels in your blood, and that's one of the things that your psychiatrist always checks in about.
Yeah.
What the job it does is it helps with swings. So yeah, it helps to narrow down the range of emotional swings.
Yeah. So there's no manic episodes, but also no depressive episodes. Keeps it nice and even. I like lithium. It's like we said, it's my oldest drug. And I just want to like off topic talk about something. You might wonder why Dr. Grant is like in both of my videos giving you guys information. It's because I did ECT for a while, electroconvulsive therapy. And if you don't know what that is, it's just like a series of like, what is it, like shocks to the brain. And one of the side effects is that you can lose memories or your memory entirely. And so if you want to try that, I would recommend reading a lot about it because I knew I was going to have memory loss. I just didn't know how bad it was going to be. So Dr. Grant is here to kind of jog my memory if there's anything left, and he's here to tell you about what he noticed about my experiences being on the drugs. Going back to what we were talking about, let's see, Lamictal. You said that was a big one.
Yeah. So do you remember Lamictal?
I do not.
Okay. You started Lamictal when it was apparent that the lithium alone wasn't going to be sufficient. So that one has potential skin rash side effects, and we were really careful when you started using that. It did help with both bipolar symptoms and depression to some extent. And
Mhm.
you used to take more of it, but at this point we're down to one tablet a day. And it's still helpful, still effective. We've tried less and seen that it can help you when you do take it. So,
Yes.
yeah.
And another off topic, because I'm a hot mess today. I got glitter in my eye and I forgot to tell you something. So on Wednesday, I received this little nugget, which means that I am 6 years sober. I love this chip. It has the Serenity Prayer on one side and then the To Thine Own Self Be True on the other side. And if you could see it, it's a rainbow. It's like so gay, which are the best things in life, gay things, and AA. So I'm very happy about that. We can all thank Dr. Grant. And I had a party. It was awesome.
You did it. Not
Let's all
me.
take a chance to thank Dr. Grant. Good job, Grant. Okay, going back. I'm sorry I keep jumping around, but like this is my life. The other one was Latuda. I remember I started Latuda because one of my best friends, Danny, I guess I shouldn't say his name. Whoops! One of my best friends, beep. It's like every time I talk to them about like what I was feeling, what my symptoms were, they're also bipolar 1, so like they got a handle on it. And they would always tell me like, you need to start Latuda. You have to take Latuda. Latuda saved my life. And so finally I got my doctor to give it to me and everything was pretty chill for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, you started on Latuda after clozapine caused your heart to have problems. And clozapine has been the one most effective medication that showed, I think, that your symptoms can be quite treated effectively, but the side effects were too strong. So hopefully someday they'll have a way to deal with that and you'll be able to give it another shot with that. But,
yeah, like hopefully my doctor will approve trying it again. Doctor, maybe.
We don't want your heart to explode, though.
We don't want that. We don't want that.
That's really not a good, way to go either. But yeah, so that Latuda was one that we had to kind of push for because it wasn't in our HMO's formulary, and it can be very expensive to buy directly without any insurance. So we got your doctor to put in a request, and instead of paying thousands for it, we were able to get it on our insurance. But and I was prepared to pay it because
it works.
It did definitely help a lot more to start with, and this is a pattern actually with some of your medications, is that when you first start them, they're more effective, and then over time, I guess your body must get used to them or something, and you start to get a little more resistant to it. But up to this point, Latuda has been the second most effective for you, and you've been taking it for, I think, 2.5 years now. So it's also one of the longer anti-psych meds that you've found effective.
Yeah.
So at the same time, you had been taking Perfenazine.
Yes.
And that was tapered down, and instead of Perfenazine, you get a shot now.
That's Invega?
Yeah, that's right.
My Invega shot. I take it once a month. I don't really know what to say about it because it's kind of just become a part of my life.
Yeah.
Like I take it regularly. It's just a regular shot, no big deal. They're really particular about which arm they use. But that's the biggest like drama that you will find with Invega. Like literally, there's really nothing to write home about. But
Well, it's pretty noticeable when you are getting close to the time when you need it again.
oh, well, that's
So
cool.
yeah, the combination of Invega with Latuda seems to be helpful together.
Yeah.
And if you're late, like there have been times when it's taken a few days for you to be able to get back to the injection clinic and get the Invega, and I can notice the increase in psychosis and
Yeah.
the distress that comes with it. So I don't know if you were able to remember those moments, but I can see them when they happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are my meds, are the important ones. I also want to talk about some questions for Dr. Grant here. First question.
You can just call me Grant.
Okay, Dr. Grant. Have you witnessed any discrimination that Anna has faced due to her taking drugs?
Oh, plenty.
Like what? Give me one example.
Well, the one that is probably the most prevalent and most constant is people who want you to stop taking drugs.
It's true.
They're horrified that you're taking drugs for some reason, and
I think the amount of drugs I take as well.
Yeah, and they think that somehow you can just take a vitamin instead.
Fucking wish.
So I think that's really the worst stigma is like, for some reason, people are really against taking medication.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's especially in this area, like in the Bay Area. Like one time outside of a seafood restaurant, I had a pseudo seizure. We'll talk about that later. I had a seizure and a woman stopped after I had it and she was like, "Are you okay? Do you need me to call someone?" And I was like, "No, it's fine." She's like, "Okay, good. By the way, I have these essential oils." And I was like,
God.
"That's not going to stop my seizures, but thank you." It's just like, what am I supposed to do? Take it inside of my head and rub it on my brain until I stop feeling sad? Ugh.
She just wants you to smell better while you're having it.
Okay, that's enough. But have you noticed any stereotypes that people put on me?
Stereotypes?
Because I take drugs, yeah.
Oh, because of the drugs? Well, I think for the most part, a lot of the meds you take are kind of hidden from most people, so they don't really know. The one that I see people react to, of course, is when you're taking your insulin injection.
Oh, yeah.
Because some people still don't know that it's not heroin.
Yeah.
But as far as the pills, yeah, I don't see so much overt reactions to that as the symptoms that the pills are meant to treat.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
I've been like talking with friends, and we would talk about like our mental health or whatever we wanted to talk about, and they'd be like, "Oh, I just started, blah blah. Have you ever done this before?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I've done that before." And then I'd be like, "For taking care of that, I take this, 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 this." And they're kind of like horrified by the amount of pills that I'm taking. But like, if it keeps my brain working, I don't understand why it's anyone's business. Like, it's not hurting anyone, but me. Let's see.
Let's clarify that though. It's not hurting you.
It's not hurting me. There are some shitty side effects though. Like I'm gonna sneeze.
Is that a side effect?
Shut up. You made it go away. You made it leave. Side effects are one of the ones that stresses me out the most, which is not great. Weight gain. Like almost all of those medications, the symptom is weight gain. And so like when did we meet? 2011?
When did we meet?
2010. 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically since then my weight has kind of been like up and down, but it's been stably in the obese mode since I started taking these medications. And if you watch the last video, you know that I have an eating disorder. So there's a lot of body dysmorphia going on. But like if I had to pick between the two, I would rather be, fat and happy. So, yeah. Any other
How
comments?
about beautiful and happy?
Everyone knows I'm beautiful.
Yeah,
Everyone
well,
can
yeah.
see that. Okay?
Well, that's
In the
true.
comments, tell me I'm beautiful. Thank you. Anyway, what about the effect on your life as a doctor and husband?
As a doctor and a husband. Well, of the medications?
Yeah, my journey with meds.
Okay. Well, I do take on the responsibility of looking after all the meds, and so I reorder when they get low, and I put them in the trays weekly, and serving as, I guess, our family memory for what meds you've been on and what they take. That's, I think, something I was a little hesitant to do at first, but the more I embraced it, the better it got, because we need to advocate with doctors. And I think that's part of what I was resisting at first, was that, the psychiatrist should know this stuff.
Yeah.
And you expect that the medical professionals are going to have it all in order, and they're going to, have a good overview. But it took a little while before I realized that that's not the case. They're seeing so many different patients, and unfortunately, if you really want to get quality care, you have to advocate for it. You have to push them a lot of times. Like, you wouldn't be on Latuda
No.
if we hadn't pushed for it, and you wouldn't be on the current dose of Zoloft, for example, if I hadn't talked to the doctor about depression as a factor in your everyday experiences. And thankfully, I have some experience with some of these meds too, because they're part of my regimen. But if you don't talk about it, if you don't tell them what you need and what you want to try, you really don't get the attention that I think people really need to settle into a good regimen of treatments. So that's I think been the toughest part of it, is communicating with the doctor. Thankfully, though, I think we make a pretty good team.
Yeah.
So when we go in and talk to the doctor, we always talk about what we want to say beforehand, what we're speculating about in terms of the medications, and if we want to make adjustments and so on. And we get our plan together, and then we go in together and talk about it. What really scares me for a lot of people is that they don't have that kind of teamwork. Whatever we can do together is already so hard.
Yeah.
On a day-to-day, weekly basis, it's really hard. And there are people out there who are really just struggling on their own. They don't have adequate health insurance, and they don't have somebody who's sympathetic to their situation to help advocate for them. And like, I research stuff. I have access to medical databases, and still it's tough. You know, stepping back in a more general sense, that's just kind of a sad situation to me.
Yeah.
And I think everybody deserves the best treatment available. And why not? Why is this an industry?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be.
I agree. I'm so glad we have health insurance, because with both of our mental illnesses, we'd be, I don't even know where we would be. We'd be so sick, first of all. And it'd just be thousands and thousands of dollars for a bottle of pills that I need, or I'll kill myself. So, yeah, thank God for health insurance.
Yeah. But also your cooperation.
Like, I don't really cooperate.
No, you do.
Like, I really don't.
No, there've been moments where you decide not to cooperate and it gets difficult, but for the most part, you're very cooperative and you see this as a team effort.
Yeah.
And so there's that factor too. There are a lot of people out there who have a combative situation, and
Yeah.
so that makes it even harder to help people. Yeah.
I think another good reason that we're a good team is these are just my feelings. I feel like when I go in about something, like go to a doctor about like my psychogenic seizures or my diabetes or whether to put me in the ward, yes, stuff like that. I feel like they think that because I'm a Black woman, I am able to handle things that other people can't handle because we're strong. But in the back in the day, it used to be like Black women are strong as animals, so let's treat them as animals. I kind of feel like a sensation of that going on, but also I feel that a lot of not all of them, but some of my medications are used to treat things like my schizoaffective disorder. And a lot of it has to do with psychosis and, things happening that aren't really happening. So when I go with the psych issue, I feel like doctors are a little more hesitant. Like I don't know what I'm talking about and I don't know what I'm doing. Even if I'm not in psychosis, they think that I feel that they think that I'm just like not all there. So they don't treat me like I'm a normal person and that sucks. But yeah, those are just my feelings.
Yeah. I've actually seen that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that that's a tough one for a lot of folks because I don't think they realize they're doing it.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't think the professionals realize because they kind of act for the lowest common denominator, right? Like for the most crisis oriented person, they just start to treat everybody that way. I've seen the professionals hear what you have to say and then look at me and I reiterate exactly what you've said and they'll listen to me.
Okay, friends. Thanks for watching my medication video. Be sure to follow me on Patreon. All of us with Anna. I'll try to get some more social media stuff up next week. But for now, keep checking the channel and thank you, Dr. Grant, for being here. I'm Anna Allen and you are all my friends. Goodbye.